My best friend was secretly sleeping with my mother, a secret that still haunts me. In Lagos, secrets move quietly. They hide inside smiles, behind laughter, and sometimes inside families. This is the story of Anita, a young woman who traded innocence for luxury. A girl who didn't know that the road she chose would lead her to her own destruction. And this story was told by the only person who truly knew her, Tommy, her best friend. It started when Anita lost her school fees in an online bet. She had borrowed money from a friend to double it, but everything disappeared in one night. That evening, she sat quietly on her bed, her phone in her hand, eyes red from crying. Tommy tried to comfort her, but she could barely help. She was broke too. "I'm sorry, Anita," she said softly. "I don't even have enough for myself." The next morning, Anita left the room early without saying where she was going. She didn't return until evening. But when she did, she came back smiling with a brand new phone, expensive clothes, and enough money to pay her fees. Tommy stared at her in confusion. "Anita, where you see this kind money?" she asked. Anita just smiled and said, "Don't worry, I go explain later." A few days later, Anita began to change. She began to dress differently, designer tops, long wigs, perfume that filled the whole corridor. She even stopped eating hostel food. She preferred ordering from restaurants. Tommy couldn't hold her curiosity any longer. One night, she asked quietly, "Anita, please, tell me the truth. Where did you get all this money?" Anita hesitated. She looked away and whispered, "It's not what you think. I met someone. She's older." Tommy beamed. "She?" Anita nodded slowly. "She's my classmate's mother. She helps me with money. She likes me a lot." Tommy didn't say a word. She just sat there, confused and scared. That night, she couldn't sleep. By 2023, Anita had completely changed. She moved out of the hostel and started living alone in a small, beautiful apartment in Surulere. Her phone never stopped ringing. Women older than her calling, sending money, and voice notes filled with affection. At first, it was all about survival. But later, Anita began to enjoy it. The power, the attention, the money. Sometimes she would disappear for the weekend and come back with gifts, new phones, and cash. Tommy warned her several times. "Anita, this thing go backfire one day." But Anita always laughed. "Relax, Jerry, no be your life." By 2025, Anita's world began to crumble. She started getting sick, complaining about rashes and endless infections. Her once bright skin turned pale and weak. The women who once chased her stopped calling. Her money finished. Her rent expired. She texted Tommy, "Please, I need your help. I'm tired of treating infection after infection. I'm broke." But Tommy didn't reply immediately. Her father was very sick and had been admitted to the hospital. Her mind was full. A week later, Tommy went to the address Anita had sent in the message. When she got there, the compound was quiet. A neighbor, an elderly woman in wrapper, came out slowly. "You be Anita's friend?" she asked. Tommy nodded. The woman sighed deeply. "Sorry, my dear. Anita don't die since last month. Them carry her go mortuary." Tommy froze. Her legs trembled. She felt her world crumble in that moment. That evening, Tommy returned home completely broken. She sat on her bed, hands shaking, replaying the neighbor's words over and over. Her father was still in the hospital, and now her best friend was gone. It felt like everything around her was collapsing. The next morning came slowly. Tommy woke up with a heavy head. Her father's condition at the hospital was getting worse. The doctors had said he needed surgery soon, and they needed money urgently. Tommy had already borrowed all she could. Now she was in her parents' room, searching through drawers and old cupboards, hoping to find the landed property documents her mother once mentioned. She wanted to sell the land and use the money for her father's operation. The air in the room was thick with dust and silence.
Her mother had stepped out to buy drugs. Tommy knelt beside the old wooden cabinet, flipping through papers and envelopes. Then she saw it again, Anita's BlackBerry, lying quietly near a stack of family documents. Her heart skipped. She picked it up and stared at it for a long time. At first, she told herself to ignore it, but curiosity began to eat at her heart. Why was Anita's phone here? How did it get into her parents' room? Her hands shook slightly as she pressed the power button. The phone came on, showing a password screen. She tried Anita's old birthday, wrong. She tried her name, wrong again. She almost gave up until she remembered the year they became roommates. She typed 2021 and the phone unlocked. The screen lit up. A chill ran down Tommy's spine. She opened the messages. At first, they looked normal, chats with classmates, friends, and customers. But then she saw something strange, a chat name saved as Mama T. That was her mother's contact name. Her hands began to tremble as she opened it. The messages were long and shocking. Baby, meet me at City Lodge Hotel by 7 p.m. Hope Tommy no go suspect us. You too sweet, Mama T. Tommy's breath caught. Her own mother was having an affair with Anita? She scrolled further and her stomach turned. There were pictures, voice notes, and text messages showing Anita and her mom meeting in hotels and sometimes with other older women involved too. Tommy covered her mouth with both hands. Tears filled her eyes. Her heart pounded so loudly she thought it would burst. She dropped the phone and sat back against the wall, her mind spinning. Everything she had ever known about her mother, every smile, every word, suddenly felt fake. But deep inside her, she wanted proof. More proof. She needed to know if all of this was truly real. The next morning, Tommy made a decision. She took a bus back to Surulere, the same compound where Anita had once lived. The old woman who had given her the sad news was outside again, sweeping the front of the house. Tommy greeted her quietly and sat beside her. Auntie, she began softly, I just wanted to ask something about Anita. The woman paused, resting her broom against the wall. Eh? What again you won't ask, my pikin? Tommy hesitated, then pulled out her phone secretly, pressed record, and placed it face down beside her lap. Tommy, Auntie, I just want to understand the kind of life Anita lived before she died, she said gently. The woman sighed deeply, shaking her head. My daughter, that girl no pure. Every weekend, she dey bring women come this compound. Old women, married women. Some of them even come with cars. Sometimes she go follow them go hotel for Surulere, Ikeja, even Lekki. Tommy's eyes widened. Old women? She asked, her voice shaking. The woman nodded. Yes, one of them na your mama sef. Tommy froze. She couldn't breathe for a moment. She dey come here often. Sometimes, Anita go carry her go hotel, then go laugh, drink, and lock door till morning. Tommy's hands trembled as she held her phone tighter, the voice recorder still running. Her eyes filled with tears again, but she kept quiet, letting the woman talk. The woman didn't stop there. She even get other big women where they come. That girl, no, she use her beauty scatter many families. But that your mama own surprise me pass. She fine, she get husband, she get children. I no know waiting she find for that kind thing. Tommy's chest burned as she held in her sobs. She sat there silently until the woman finished talking. When the woman finally walked back inside, Tommy remained seated, staring into space, her phone still recording. Her hands were cold. Her world was no longer the same. That night, Tommy couldn't sleep. Every time she closed her eyes, she heard the woman's voice again. One of them, na your mama, Sef. The words echoed in her mind like a curse. She kept staring at her phone, the recording still saved, the proof still there. Her heart beat faster with every passing minute. By morning, she made up her mind. She was going to confront her mother, face to face. No more secrets, no more pretending. By 10 a.m., Tommy and Ada were already at the Lagos University Teaching Hospital. Their father lay in a private ward, weak, pale, and hooked up to machines. He managed a faint smile when he saw them. Her mother was there too, sitting at the corner of the room, dressed neatly in a wrapper and headscarf. She was scrolling on her phone. The room was silent except for the steady beep, beep of the heart monitor. Tommy's hands shook as she held her phone. Her eyes were fixed on her mother. Ada was seated near their father, fanning him gently. After their dad slept off, Tommy called them outside to have a quick family meeting. Tommy took a deep breath and broke the silence. "Mommy," she began, her voice shaking slightly. "I want to ask you something." Her mother looked up. "Yes, my daughter, what is it?" Tommy swallowed hard. She took a step forward. "Who is Anita to you?" Her mother froze for a second, then frowned. "Anita? Which Anita?" "The Anita that died, my roommate," Tommy said slowly. "Why did you have her phone, Mommy? And why did I find messages of you meeting her in hotels?" Ada's hand paused in midair. Their father opened his eyes wider. The air in the room went cold. "Tommy, what kind of nonsense are you saying?" Her mother snapped. Her voice was low but shaking. Tommy's eyes filled with tears. "Mommy, please don't lie to me. I saw the messages. I saw the pictures. You were meeting Anita, my own friend, in hotels." Ada gasped. "Tommy!" Her face pale, her hands trembling. "Tommy, lower your voice. You don't know what you're saying." But Tommy's voice only got louder. "Do you think I'm stupid? You destroyed her. You destroyed her, Mommy." Her mother's eyes widened with fear. She tried to grab Tommy's hand to make her stop, but Tommy pulled away. Tommy's phone slipped from her hand and fell on the floor, still recording. That was when they heard movement at the door. Their father, who had been listening quietly, had started up from his bed. His face was pale, his lips trembling. He whispered faintly, What did you just say?" Ada rushed to him. "Daddy, please calm down." But before she could finish, he clutched his chest. His body jerked once, twice, then everything went still. The room exploded in panic. Ada screamed, "Mommy, nurse, nurse, Daddy is not breathing." 2 nurses rushed in immediately, followed by a doctor. They tried everything: oxygen mask, chest compressions, injection. Tommy stood frozen, tears streaming down her face. Her mother was crying loudly now, holding her husband's hand and begging, "Please, my husband, don't leave me, please." But it was too late. The heart monitor went silent. Beep, beep, nothing.